When my children were grown, I started taking classes and workshops, learned to be a metalsmith and a silversmith at that time. I have always had a background in jobs that I've kind of fallen into in the art field. I worked for I guess she was rather an entrepreneur, and I designed, for lack of a better term, I designed low-end costume jewelry that I made the prototypes here, and then they were sent to the Philippines, and they were in various stores throughout the country. I also worked for a woman who had a clothing line and franchised clothing stores, and I painted on clothing at that time for her for many years, probably 4 years, I guess. And then I also started taking classes after that, and I was lucky enough through one of my instructors in one of my silversmithing classes to work part-time, to meet and work part-time with Judith Kinghorn. She's a Minneapolis based jewelry designer. She's a national award-winning jewelry designer, and her and her staff have been a great asset for me to learn many things about metalsmithing and jewelry, and I'm still there working part-time and also working on my own work, and I have a studio in the Lowertown area, and I've been maintaining a studio for approximately 4 years, and I do the art crawl, and I do have some of my art in the Grand Hand Gallery in St. Paul. Speaking about metal can probably go way back to my childhood when I remember my dad welding, and he would weld and repair metal pieces, and some of the neighbors would come over and he would weld, and I remember always being really intrigued with that. My dad was a farmer, and he used to do welding for the neighbors when they would break something of the machinery, and they would come over, and it was always kind of this ritual that they would go into a shop, and he'd put this big hood on his head, and I was always intrigued with that. But he would always warn me not to look at the arc, because you could harm your eyes, and so it was, and don't look at the arc. And so I think, maybe even as I grew up, I was, just a little bit timid about the fire. When I picked up the torch, I had to kind of learn to, really appreciate it and respect it. But it felt really good the first time I put that welding helmet on and welded something together. I still have that first piece.